try this at home. Don't try any of this at home, actually. Hello, you guys. Guess what? It's time for another episode of Fever Watch. And on today's episode, well, I've come across something really cool and I wanted to share it with you all. See if you guys think this is absolutely as brilliant as I do. Now, I found this in my grandparents' house. It's been sitting in a back room for probably 40 plus years. And, so what is it? This is a Mattel Strange Change Time Machine toy. Yes, that's right, it's a toy for children. This is the original box. It shows dinosaurs coming out of this little pod thing. And it says you create this from this. What's this? Hold on, let me show you. Look, you guys, here's his time machine. Here's how it works. You've got these little blocks, right? They look like this. Little blocks. And you put them in this magical time machine and then they turn into these little dinosaurs and fish and scorpions and I don't know what the hell that is. It's like a monster man. Whoa, and bugs. All sorts of really cool stuff. What? How does that even work? This is more like rocket science than it is a children's toy. And honestly, it's still like, I know how it works and it still blows my mind. It especially blows my mind that you'd allow your children to play with this. So, as I said, this has been locked up for a very long time. But we're gonna see if it works. So we're gonna plug it in and you're gonna keep in mind, this doesn't even have an on-off switch. It's like all or nothing. Okay. I plugged it in. Is it doing anything? How are you supposed to know if it's working? Do I just wait for it to start melting my fingers off? Oh, I smell it. Oh, snap. It's getting hot in there. This is really quite terrifying, you guys. I don't know that I'm actually prepared for this. I'm afraid I'm going to have to turn the air conditioner back on. It was a bit loud, but I am burning up. Alright, I hope you can still hear me. This is getting very hot. I can actually feel it. Keep in mind that it does have a little warning on the inside. Caution, contact with rivets or plastic parts may cause burns. Yeah, keep your children safe, always. So, these are very old, and I have no idea if they're still going to work, but we're going to try this little guy out and see if he does anything at all. You've got to use plastic tongs. This came with plastic tongs, but they've gone missing, so I had to improvise. I found these in my mum's kitchen. I hope she doesn't mind. I borrowed them when she wasn't home. So, I might as well take this opportunity to explain how this actually works. The magic behind it all. Basically, this utilizes a technology that I didn't even know existed. We've all heard of memory foam, right? It's what we use on our mattresses. It makes sleeping quite enjoyable. But what I didn't know is that there was such thing as memory plastic, which there is apparently, and apparently was only used for this bizarre children's toy manufactured in the late 60s. These little chunks of memory plastic. Yeah, still don't believe there's such a thing. But anyway, apparently they're made out of like polyethylene or some sort of plastic. The plastic was molded into these cool little shapes, right? And then it was bombarded with electron beam radiation to cross-link it to make it remember its shape. And then it was coated in a long-lasting release agent to keep it from like sticking to itself. So yeah, we're gonna see if that actually works. And I shouldn't have my face right over it because literally it is going to burn it off. And I need my face for day-to-day things, I think. So anyway, you put it in there and it's supposed to cook for a while, but I don't think it's hot enough even for that. So we're going to let that warm up a bit more and then we're going to take a bit of a shortcut. Ah, my hand is burning. Good enough. Stick it in there. take place. Oh, is it actually? Oh my gosh, it's actually doing something. Yeah. It is. We're gonna stick with it. I'm not gonna give up yet. I think this is gonna be a dinosaur of some sort. Oh, I think this was a pterodactyl. I want to make all of them. You gotta admit though, if you were a kid and you were told about this magical toy that turned these little blocks into these magnificent creatures, you'd be pretty excited too, right? Especially before you had an understanding of chemistry and physics. It would blow your mind. You'd think this was actually magic. Or maybe that would just be me. I still kind of think it's magic. And I'm telling you right now, look, this started off as a little block, and look, it's turning into something. It's working, you guys. Holy smokes. This stinking old toy is actually working. I can't even believe it. And I'm not sure I would allow my kid to play with it, but I'm sure enjoying it as an adult. You've got some pretty intense heating elements in there. You've got molten plastic. You've got molten plastic fumes, which are probably giving me cancer right now, but you know what? It's worth it. It's all in the name of science and people watch. We've got all these other ones that have been in their time capsule form for the past 40 years. They truly are time capsules now. We're putting our time capsules in our time machine and they're turning into magnificent creatures. This could be a commercial for this toy. I think Mattel should start manufacturing these again because this is a hell of a lot more exciting than a Hot Wheels car. So as you're sitting here waiting for your time capsules to come back to life, it's not difficult to start pondering things. Time machine. Strange change time machine. You take something, you expose it to heat, and it turns into some magnificent creature. Is that not like us? And is the heat not like the trials we face in life that mold and shape us into a new person every once in a while? When we catch the rabbit fever and everything changes. Heat does permanent change, not so permanent change to these little plastic figures. It's insanity. It's brilliant is what it is. Damn, I hate philosophy. Okay, let's turn them over. Yeah, come on. You know you want to come out and play. Keep at it, you're getting closer. I really want this pterodactyl to work. I love pterodactyls. You don't know what a pterodactyl sounds like either because they were long extinct before we ever came along. Look, oh, that's hot. That's why you're not supposed to touch this with your hands. Oh my gosh, that's hot. Okay, back in here for some more cook time. It's literally blowing my mind that this is actually working right now. Sweet Jesus, that's hot. Yeah, and you're gonna let your kids play with this, innit? It's a little T-Rex it is. Little T-Rex. His legs are a bit wonky. He's a little bow-legged, isn't it? It's okay. Keep trying. Cook a little more. You like this. That's really cool, huh? Can you see that all? It's blurry because I've turned my autofocus off. Okay. So, and then the way this is supposed to work is after you've made it into what it's supposed to be, you're like, oh, that's cool, and then you're like, I want to turn you back into a time capsule. So you take him and you shove him in there hard. They call it the compression chamber, right? Well, that's hot. Ah, that's hot. So he's in there, and then you put this little thing in, and then you grind this crank, and what it does is it compresses it. It's like a vice. Squeeze the living daylights out of it. And then I guess you have to like let it cool off a bit or something, otherwise it's gonna spring right back out into a dinosaur, and you don't want that. Look, it's our dinosaur compressed back into a little shape. His leg's sticking out though. That's okay. He's back into a time capsule form. And here's our cool little pterodactyl. So there you have it, you guys. Mattel's strange change time machine. It's changed your life, hasn't it? By realizing that you didn't have toys nearly this cool when you were growing up. And the government had to step in and make sure kids weren't maiming themselves with their toys. Anyway, thank you guys for watching this week's episode of Fever Watch. I hope you all enjoyed this little demonstration. Before we say goodbye, I have a bit of a surprise for you. Can you see this behind me? But you didn't know I could do this, did ya? Until never time, have a good one, and I'll see you all next week. Alright guys, so I thought I had ended my show, but I decided I wanted to know what all of the time capsules were. So I've been here playing with this for the past like 2 hours. And I wanted to show you everything that I made. Look at this. But before I do that, as I was sitting here staring at this is very hot. I realized that right here on the side it says pre-activator zone. And I'd read about this, but I couldn't figure out what it was. And it's where you're supposed to put your blocks to sort of preheat before you put them into the time machine. Basically, it's just part of the metal base that gets really hot because the whole damn thing gets really hot. So yeah. Look at the detail on that. That's impressive. And there's a, what's that called? A brontosaurus. I don't know my dinosaurs. Don't care. They're dead. Alright, goodbye for real this time.